video now, but yeah. Now, once the cutters have come back off the rotor and they're finished, simply just reach right here, pull the arm back to off. Now when you machine a brake rotor, you've got a fast pass and a slow pass. What the slow pass is going to do is help clean the rotor up. So we would have called that right there our fast pass. Now what we're going to do is come back to our wheel here, and we're going to rotate it to the right. Don't touch any of this out here right now. Rotate this to the right, all the way back in where we were at. Don't stop in the middle this time. Now, once we're all the way back in, we want to cut. If the rotor's good and clean like this right here, that means we got all the bad stuff off of it. Now we want to do our slow cut. So what we're going to do is loosen up here, go 2,000. Okay? 2,000 on the slow cut. Loosen up here and go 2,000. Now reach over here to your dial and move it down to about 3 for the slow cut. Then simply just flip it back to disc. And now it's a waiting game again. You want to stay close and attentive so you can hear if there's any problems. Again, once the cutters are all the way off, flip the handle to off. Take your wheel, rotate this back approximately 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and turn the brake lathe off. Now, get a shot at the rotor. That rotor looks like it'd be ready to go because it's nice and shiny. However, there's one final step we need to do to that rotor. First of all, remove the chatter band. Put it back on the hanger, out of the way, so we don't have to worry about it getting wrapped up. And then, we're going to do a swirl cut on the rotor. Be very careful not to get your hands caught up on the rotor. But we do a swirl cut on that rotor to help the new brake pad seat and cut down on noises. To do a swirl cut, you simply just turn the brake lathe on, take your cutting tool, put your hand here away from the rotor, come down on top of it at just a slight angle where the wheel will spin, and just go up and down, applying slight pressure. Don't apply too much pressure where it gets caught up in the rotor. Just ease it back and forth, up and down. Just like that right there. And what that'll do, that'll give you a nice uniform scratch pattern on that rotor. This is called a non-directional finish, and it will help your brake pad seat. Once you have one side done, flip it over and swap hands. Come around to the other side. If it won't spin, put it at a slight angle till you get it rotated. Once you think you've got a good non-directional finish, turn the brake lathe off and simply just inspect to make sure you've got scratches going in every direction from this end of the rotor to that end of the rotor. They're a little bit hard to see on the camera, but you'll see them on the brake lathe. Now, the important things to remember about a brake lathe is, anytime you're working over there around the rotor, nobody is to be over here around the switch. Ask them to move where they're not beside the switch. Okay? Today we want you to come out, get the brake lathe ready and set up, and before you cut it on and start cutting, find Mr. Cooper or myself to come over and check your work, and then simply just do what's on the video. And remember, we'll be available the whole time if you have any questions.